Hi ladies, so to be back. I've had my lunch. The mackerel was very nice. Just did it in a bit of butter and lemon and it was lovely. Right, I'm watching kids outside. They're learning how to ride their bikes. They've got a little group from the local school round here. They always do it round here. It's quite nice to watch them. Hope it all sinks in. Yep. Anyway, it's had to be back, more polystyrene. We're going to make a snowman, okay? And I've also done snowballs. Before I start that, I'll just show you, in my last video I was showing you these angel wings to go on the hearts. And I filled this mould in front of you, if you might remember. And that's how easy it is to take them out. And as I say, with it being glue, you can trim round it as you wish. But a nice little pair of wings there. Doesn't take long, much quicker than polymer clay. The only thing you've got to remember is don't put it too close to heat, because it's glue and it will melt. But you shouldn't anyway, because it's polystyrene you're using. Anyway, just a little tip. So that's some more wings. Got wings galore now. So for the snowman, I've got one polystyrene ball of one size and then a smaller one of the other side. And I'll get that effect. I had done a video, but it all went wrong as usual, ladies. I've been using either studio paste, but it's quite a loose one. I don't know if you can see. See, squeezes out, so you know it's going to be quite a loose one, but it does the job. Or you can use the modelling paste or any other make. And then I just put it on. It's not dry yet, this one. Usually with a spatula rather than my fingers. Just put a smear on and keep dabbing it so you get that nice snowy effect. Then while it's still wet, I sprinkle on my glitter, a plain glitter, just so you get it like it's snow, glittering in the snow. Okay, so that's how I do my snowballs. I have been using this one as well. This one, it doesn't like go the same texture as that, but it's nice for if you want a smoother one. I'll show you one in a bit, okay? But you could use that. I wouldn't recommend using this because this is quite dear for what it is. It's just I just bought it because I wanted to see, and it's just modelling paste, and I think it's got a glitter in it. It's weather resistant though, so you know what I mean. Whether it's more weather resistant than Galeria, I don't know. So we did one ball and we did the small ball, and I just cut a little bit off the head to flatten it, to give it a little flat surface to sit on top. This ball, small ball, also for some reason had a tiny hole in it, but with the paste you're able to cover things up like that, and you can see it shining. So you need that, and I've just stuck it for easiness with a bit of glue gun to a stand, just so it's easy to work with, you know, when you're putting bits on it and that, okay? You'll need a couple of black buttons, if you want black freeze buttons. I didn't have any small black, but I've got all different kinds of colours, and I just use a Sharpie, you know, to colour them, and it works splendidly. And we've got some little beads for his eyes, okay. We've got a little piece of orange for his nose in the shape of a triangle, I think is the best. And then when you roll it, it looks a bit more like a carrot. To stuff that, I've just got a tiny little piece of cotton wool off one of these little pads. I can just see another button there. What else do we need? We need a hat. Now for the hat, I've been doing a piece of cardboard, or two pieces of cardboard stuck together, and a piece of velvet I got in a job lot. So a piece of the felt would do, velvet, or you could just colour it, piece of cardboard if you want. These are little sponges that I get off Arthur from work. You know, when they're protecting little instruments in the glass cases. So that's what that is. But again, you could use something else, you know, a little top of a bottle or a pen or something else like that. I've even used, you know, when one of these are empty, I've even cut off one of them and used that. So that's going to be covered with velvet as well. A little piece of round white one, that's just to, when I take him off there, to put under his bottom, his stand, yeah, anyway, his bottom. And to decorate the hat, I've got some tiny little berries, a little flower, a little green thing that I just usually buy one of these from the pound shop or whatever, and they come in very handy for all sorts of little things. And again, I'm using a little tiny bit of sparkle from, oh, what I showed you before. Those snowflakes, big silver glittery snowflakes you can get. And I've just got torn up a little tiny piece of it, okay? There, what that is, a bit of metal. So I think I've done everything. So as I said, we covered it, we let it dry. Before we covered it, before we let it dry, I sprinkled glitter on it. If you forget to do that, I've also just put glue on it, you know, a thin layer of glue, and then sprinkle it. It doesn't matter which way you do it. So the next thing I want to do is find out where his eyes are going to be. So I'm going to use my marker again and lay him down a bit, decide which side is the best side, and just put two little dots where you want his eyes to be, like so. Maybe a little dot where his nose is, so he's got a little bit of a face coming on. Okay. Yes, you can see him. So just put that up just slightly, okay? So I'm using a hot glue gun, but very, very little for quickness. If you don't want to do that, these are a bit bigger, these beads, I don't want those. There's that many variations on beads, isn't there? I bought these as well to do poppies, a bit big as well, so we're using them as eyes. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to clean my tip of my glue gun. So what we're going to do is put a tiny drop there, tiny drop there. Don't do the nose yet, just do the eyes. Okay, one eye. You can have it with the ring showing, you know, the hole in the middle. You can have it whichever way you want it. Okay, so there he is. And now for the nose, as I said, I usually cut out a tiny little triangle. Then wherever I put that little bit of, oh, done with that. That's not it, is it? Here it is. I can't bother getting all the filling out, so a tiny little bit of cotton wool, because you need such a tiny little amount. It's not worth me messing looking for that. So I just roll that up to the best of my ability. Maybe a little bit more. Oops. True, if he's touching glue and everything else, cotton wool is not the best thing, is it? So I put them in the middle, and then I just kind of roll it up. Okay, and then just before the end we'll put a little bit of glue and squeeze it round like so. Okay, and I'll just poke that in. I don't want that, and that's a little bit too pointy-wointy, but it makes no odds because I can, what can I do? I can put a bit more of that in, my pencil or pokey tool. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that because it's too big. And the scissors. Okay, I'm still going to try and do it at an angle because I still want it to look a bit carrot-like, if you know what I mean. Could have done with doing that sharp, a bit tighter, ladies. We'll get there. Okay. Just roll it into a sausage shape. Now, you can cut it whatever size you want then. I'll just cut that off. And we'll see what this size nose looks like. Is he happy with them? Where's it gone? Is he happy with this size nose? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not bad that at all, is it, ladies? Let's put a little bit of glue in. I think he'll be very happy with that one. I bet one set will be going to my Lee. He seems to like snowman I make. I'll be making like one of you, I think, for him. And Chloe had Olaf out of polymer clay last year. So she's still got him to put up. There. Now, doesn't he look smart? Now, don't bother with the mouth. I'll tell you why. One, I'm going to be putting a scarf around his face, his neck, which will cover a lot of the bottom. And two, as I've said, I've not got small enough beads. I've got some very, very tiny, tiny beads, but they were too fiddly and too small to make the coal. And I didn't like these. These would seem too big to me. So we're not going to do a mouth, all right? But we are going to do buttons. And we'll do a little marker. I think it's sometimes better to do that. And then, so I'll usually just follow his nose down and do 1, 2 marks, okay? Make sure that's on. That is on. And we'll pick 2 buttons that are coloured with Sharpie. And we'll just put a couple there and one there. Put one there and one there. Okie dokie. I didn't bother with hands for these either because I don't know, they looked maybe because it's only small and it was too fiddly doing the tiny little arms for these, but I don't think he needs them anyway. It's fine without them. So the next thing I'll do is I picked green for this. I have picked red in the past, but this one's going to have a nice fresh green looking colour. Just cut a strip as so, and then for the fringe at the bottom I just cut little slots in it. Don't make them too thin because they tend to come off. So there we go. So fold it in half, find your middle. So you've got the middle at the back there. Put a bit of glue. Okay. You see I just squeezed it in a little bit. And then decide which side you want it hanging, or I think that looks alright. So we're going to put a little glue there. Just keep that in place. And then a bit of glue on that one to keep that in place. Okay. Now you could put little motifs on this. You could put pom-poms on the bottom. You can do anything you like. And one or two I have used is you can get like a glittery felt. Sparkles in it. And that looks nice as well. You know, you could use ribbon if you want. But I think that's nice. It's quite Christmassy, that green. Now he needs a hat. So for the hat, I just use, I can't remember what I actually used. Was it that? No, it's a bit big. But I used the bottom of something anyway to make circles, which I thought would be the right size for him. I've stuck it on a piece of velvet or velvety looking stuff and a bit of glue gun, and then I snipped all the way around. Yeah, because I'm going to fold all that in, and to make it a little bit neater than what I normally do things, we're going to put that round there. The weather still doesn't know what it's doing. I've got the window open. It's October, but it's still quite warm, and in fact we're out today to the front garden and sunflowers have come in flower, would you believe. A couple of weeks ago roses that come out in June. They they came out. I shouldn't laugh really because it's climate issues, isn't it? It's making all this happen, but it does make me smile, and I don't know what it's doing. Right, so that's going to be the base of his hat, or the full hat if you want him to be like a Frenchman. And then, as I say, for the this is going on the bottom. Yep, because you don't want that showing, do you? And the round bit wouldn't show, so we're just going to do the same with this. Just tiny little bit around. Say if you're a bit nervous of using glue gun on such a narrow, I don't think I'd use my big Bosch one because that gets, ooh, it gets hot. But my fingers have adapted to this one, they're not too bad now. So that's the other base part, so that can go on there, okay, which we'll do now. Like that. Right, it's just to hide at the bottom, make it a bit in the centre. That's going to look lovely. He's going to look so smart, and I love the feel of velvet. So all we've got to do now is his top hat part. So again, I've just stuck it on some velvet, and just a little tiny bit because it is sponge, and like polystyrene, you don't want to put too much on it at all. Okay, so we'll just go round and round and round. But they usually have very old hats on them anyway, don't they, snowmen? You know, you're not going to give your best bib and tucker to a snowman, are you? I said bib and tucker to Chloe when we were going out. I said, well, you put best bib and tucker on. She said, what's that? I said, well, your good clothes. We're going out for a meal, so wear something nice. And so when Grandad come in, she said, Nana's been teaching me old people talk. Old people talk? Can you believe it? I'll give her old people talk. I've got another piece of felt there. Now, it doesn't matter about the bottom too much because it's gonna be stuck, but we'll stick it round anyway like this, just to cover up that. I've had to cut it up beforehand and what have you, and hope it's alright because you know my sight's not brilliant at all. So I'm just going to stick that round there. Okay, nearly coming up to the other side. Like that. Where's the other side? There he is. Okay, that goes round like that. Come over. If it'll come over, I can't see because it's black, isn't it? I bet you can't see because it's black. I should have done a nice white one or something. There we go. And then all them bits, I just tuck them in, and that'll cover up that bit of sponge at the bottom. Okay, so we've got like his top hat part. Let's see what that looks like. That looks smashing, that. It looks smashing, boy. Hey. I love that film as well, The Snowman. It's like Christmas till we've played that with Ella Jones singing. We're walking in the air. No, I'm not going to sing to you ladies, not in my voice, I tell you. Oh, so there's our top hat, which is going to go on him like that. Okay. If you want him to look a bit flatter, you could just take a little slice off of his head there, just to make that. I think I will on this one. I don't know why, but he seems to be more domey than the other one. So I'm just going to get